Brendan Rodgers drops a bombshell, teasing signings that will blow the roof off Paradise. Over at Ibrox, the Mourinho madness refuses to die down as Boyd reacts to a rumored move that could change everything. Meanwhile, Celtic are being linked with a 6'8" wonderkid out of nowhere, and Rangers could be on the brink of a revolution, with Kevin Thelwell'S vision promising to save millions and rebuild the club from top to bottom. And don't forget, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit that mark, we're giving away a shirt of your favorite SPFL team to one lucky subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, drop your team in the comments, and let's dive in. Brendan Rodgers has fired up the Celtic faithful with a bold message ahead of what promises to be a blockbuster summer at Parkhead. As the Hoops close in on yet another Premiership title and dream of a historic treble, Rodgers is already plotting his next moves, and it sounds like he is ready to get fans right off their seats. With Kieran Tierney already secured to return home, Rodgers has hinted at even more thrilling signings to come. In a heartfelt address to supporters, he made it clear that Celtic are not planning to rest on their laurels. The gaffer praised the squad's core strength, highlighted the Champions League journey that made Europe stand up and take notice, and promised that fresh, exciting talent is on its way to Paradise. Rodgers talked about building for the future with players at the peak of their careers, blending them with proven winners like Callum McGregor. And the message could not have been clearer. Celtic are aiming to be even stronger next season, with new faces set to light up Glasgow's East End and push the club to even greater heights domestically and in Europe. It's not just about winning, it's about putting on a show, making memories, and keeping Paradise bouncing every single week. Rodgers wants the fans back in full force, promising a team that will fight, entertain, and chase glory from the very first whistle. And now I want to hear from you after Brendan Rodgers' message. Do you truly believe Celtic will dominate Scottish football for years to come? Or do you think other clubs are ready to finally knock them off their perch? Let me know in the comments. Boyd has weighed in on the storm swirling around the Rangers dugout, and he's not sugarcoating it. Speaking to The Sun, the former Ibrox striker admitted that while Barry Ferguson has handled himself well, the writing is on the wall. With the 49ers Enterprises takeover looming, Boyd reckons Rangers are set for a massive shakeup, and it will not involve keeping Ferguson in the hot seat. Boyd highlighted that two heavyweight names keep circling around the Ibrox job, Steven Gerrard and Jose Mourinho, and he made it clear that, in his words, he wouldn't rule anyone out as the American owners look to make a huge statement. Whoever lands the role will be stepping into more of a head coach position, not the old school manager model. Steven Gerrard, the man who brought Rangers the unbeaten title-winning season, remains a sentimental favorite for many. He knows the club, knows the fans, and knows exactly what it takes to knock Celtic off their perch. But then there's the special one himself, Jose Mourinho, a manager who has lifted trophies everywhere he's been. Mourinho's name alone would shake Scottish football to its core. If the Portuguese icon turns up at Ibrox, it would signal not just ambition, but a total revolution. Both choices offer something electrifying. Gerrard brings familiarity and unfinished business. Mourinho brings global stardom and ruthless winning mentality. Either way, the noise around Rangers is only getting louder. Now, I want to know what you think. Should Rangers risk it all and go for a blockbuster name like Mourinho, or stick to their roots and bring back Gerrard to finish what he started? Tell me below. Reports suggest that the Hoops are keeping a very close eye on Nigerian international Nathaniel Nwosu, a towering 19-year-old goalkeeper currently playing for Tayport, a team sitting in the 6th tier of Scottish football. That's right, 6 tiers down from the Scottish Premiership. But wait, it gets even better. Nwosu is not just another big lad between the sticks. He is an absolute giant, standing at a mind-boggling 6'8" tall. To top it off, he has already made his senior debut for Nigeria at just 16 years of age, coming on in a friendly against Costa Rica before the 2022 World Cup. And for any football manager fanatics out there, you might recognize the name. He was once hailed as a wonder kid in the popular video game series. According to Tayport boss George Shields, Celtic might very well be in the mix to snap him up. Shields was full of praise when speaking to the Herald, saying that Nwosu has the potential to climb way higher than Tayport, and could easily land a professional contract in Scotland. He even teased that Celtic might already have their eye on the young giant, though official confirmation has not come through yet. At the moment, Nwosu is on trial with St. Johnstone, but there is a growing feeling that bigger clubs are starting to sniff around. Celtic, known for unearthing hidden gems and taking risks when the reward could be massive, are rumored to be monitoring the situation very closely. It is the kind of story that only Scottish football could deliver. One minute you are watching a six-tier match, the next you are seeing a teenage international giant getting linked to the Scottish champions. Absolute madness, but brilliant madness all the same. If the move happens, it will be one of the most talked about and bizarre signings in years. Imagine a 6'8" monster guarding the net at Parkhead. It would be box office stuff. Now it is over to you. Should Brendan Rodgers and the Celtic board take the plunge and sign Nathaniel Nwosu, or is it too big of a gamble for a club with European ambitions next season? Drop your opinion in the comments and let's get the debate fired up. Kevin Thelwell is stepping into Ibrox with a clear mission to drag Rangers back into the modern era of football. After years of drifting without a real identity since winning the Scottish Premiership in 2021, the club is crying out for structure, direction, and a philosophy that runs from top to bottom. Now with a new CEO, a new chairman, Kevin Thelwell arriving as sporting director, a new permanent manager on the way, and a major squad rebuild needed, Rangers are finally showing signs they might just be ready to wake up. 5 players are out of contract, and plenty more simply are not good enough for a side with ambitions of stopping Celtic's domestic dominance. Speaking previously on the Training Ground Guru podcast about his time at Everton, Thelwell outlined the exact sort of football vision that Rangers have been missing for far too long. He spoke of having a clear football philosophy, a clear game model, and a structure that lets anyone watching immediately know which team they are seeing, regardless of the badge on the shirt. No more chopping and changing, no more academy players being thrown into random positions without preparation. One style, one identity, one plan from the youth levels right through to the first team. And it is exactly this approach that could end up saving Rangers millions. Instead of spending hefty fees on backups or panicking in transfer windows, the club could promote academy talent that is already groomed to fit the first team system. Just imagine a scenario where the next big player is not a panic buy from down south, but a youngster from the B team who slots in effortlessly because he has played the same system for years. The perfect example of the chaos under the current structure is Finlay Curtis, smashing goals in for fun at youth level as a winger or forward. Yet when called up by Barry Ferguson, he was played as a wing back at Pittodrie. Fair play to the lad for handling it well. But what chance does a young player have when the first team is an alien world compared to what they have been used to? If Rangers can get Thelwell's philosophy right, it would not just benefit the academy players, but the entire football operation. Managers could trust their squads more. The club would save serious money. And most importantly, fans would finally be able to see a clear Rangers identity back on the pitch, something that has been missing for far too long. Do you believe Kevin Thelwell's arrival will finally give Rangers the structure they need, or is this just another chapter of promises without delivery? Let me know your take. And don't forget, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit that mark, we're giving away a shirt of your favorite SPFL team to one lucky subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, drop your team in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. I post videos every day talking about our Scottish football. See you soon.